Welcome, friends. It's Michelle Peterson, Coach Michelle Peterson, here for a coffee chat. Today's topic: are you frustrated or fascinated by people? So, isn't that interesting? So, do you find yourself frustrated by people as you're noticing them and their behavior, or are you fascinated by the same thing? Because really, it's your choice how you choose to react. Grab your cup of coffee. Let's sit down and chat a little bit about it. So, I think so many times it really is, and we get to choose our reaction to things. And so many times it really does come down to our mindset. Maybe you're in a bad mood, so you're just going to be frustrated with people. But if you're in a more magnanimous mood, you're going to say, oh, how interesting that is, right? I wonder why they're acting that way. But here's the thing. It is always your choice to either be frustrated or fascinated with something. And knowing that that is your choice, isn't it empowering to know that you can always choose the option that best serves you? I don't know about you, but being fascinated by something really does make me stay in a better mood. If I let myself be frustrated, on the other hand, it does no good, right? It's a downward spiral, especially when it's something that you can't control, when you can't change. So if you have somebody who is, acting any certain way towards you, you can either be frustrated or be fascinated. Example of this: I have an artificial Christmas tree. I love it because you can put it up as early as you want. Mine always goes up on the day after Thanksgiving. And I've had this one, and it's a beautiful one from Balsam Hill. We've had it for multiple years. I mean, I didn't even keep track of when we first purchased it, but it's been a while. It's been probably at least 10 years. And last year I had noticed there was a couple of branches where the lights weren't going on. So I thought, okay, I'm going to have to remember to look at the bulbs and do this and fix it next year when I put it up. Well, this year when I put it up, there's quite a bit of these branches where the lights are not lit. So I tried changing the bulbs. I tried changing the master bulb. I tried doing all the things that they suggest doing in the troubleshooting. None of it was working. So I thought, okay, I'm going to bite the bullet. It's Black Friday. They have the great deals on Black Friday. I'm going to buy myself another one. And, this other one with the lights that aren't lit, we'll use that in a different room and maybe add some lights. But for our main one, I want one that really has all the lights and it's beautiful. So I purchased another one from Balsam Hill. Get it? And it was really quick. It showed up within the week. So last weekend I'm putting it together, and lo and behold, and it's beautiful. This new one is so great. One branch, just one, not a whole section, just one branch had lights that weren't lit. So I'm looking at all the bulbs, like they say, and I found a wire. It was a bare wire. So somewhere along the line, this wire had either been cut, it had been, it had been pulled, but it was a bare wire, and it looked like it had been pulled because the wire, inside the protective sleeve, those wires, if it were cut, those wires would all be even. These were kind of jagged. So it looked like it had been pulled out of its connection. And the part that I saw, the bare wire that I saw when I touched it, there was nothing. So it was the dead end. So the live end was somewhere that I could not find. So I'm thinking, it is one branch. And my husband's like, it's just one branch. We can probably live with that. But because of that wire that was exposed, that I didn't know where it was, potential fire hazard, I'm like, we need to call, they need to make it right. So the customer service at the other end, they're like, okay, so, and this tree is in 3 sections. They're like, okay, so what we can do is we can send you a replacement of just that one section of the tree. I'm like, okay, great. She goes, however, and then she continues, however, unfortunately, it is out of stock right now. I'm like, okay, so when is it going to be back in stock? So, is it something where I can just, kind of make sure we were real cautious? Well, it won't be back in stock until at least a couple of months. It may be next, July. It may be next November or October or November. I'm like, well, so are you sure that this is a tree that's not going to be like replaced with some other tree? Am I going to be stuck with, whatever? She goes, oh no, it's a tree that's going to continue. But I'm thinking to myself, okay, so in this uncertain, it could be January, it could be July, whatever it's going to be, it's not going to be for right now when I need this tree, right? So it was a frustrating situation, right? It was like I was looking so much forward to this beautiful new tree, and I had already moved the other one out of the way because I was in the process of putting up the new one. So it was a lot of hassle. It was a lot of work. And I took a breath. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be frustrated by this. It is what it is. And she's doing the best that she can. And how interesting is it that, of course, this would happen this year? That little change of language to myself. How interesting is this? Is what helped. Change from frustration to fascination. How interesting is that? So that's my tip for you is when you're feeling frustrated by something, flip the switch and say instead, how interesting, and find a way to be fascinated by this experience, by this situation, rather than being frustrated by it. And let's face it, most of the situations that we are in have a person involved somehow, right? So instead of being frustrated by these people, be fascinated by these people and think to yourself, how interesting, and what is it that I don't know that is contributing to how this person is acting, right? If you encounter somebody, and I think I might have said this in a different coffee chat, I met this one person in the elevator. There was a bunch of people on the elevator, and, one person came in, hold the elevator, is there room? And, so, some of us said, yes, come on in. One person was grumbling, oh, one more person, because there's not enough on here already, or something to that effect. She was very grumbly about having another person on this elevator with us. We were all masked. But in her mind, there was one extra person, one extra thing to be exposed to. So instead of being frustrated by her, you could just say, so wow, how fascinating. I wonder what's going on in her life that has made her so cranky. Right? I wonder what, how interesting. I wonder what else is going on that I don't know. And if you make a habit of doing this, it's going to improve your day. You are going to be happier. You're going to be more accepting and more magnanimous. You're just going to be, more, it's going to improve your life as well as your interaction with them. Okay. But let me tell you this, let me repeat this. It is going to improve your day. It's going to improve your outlook by choosing to be fascinated rather than frustrated with people and situations that you come into. Okay. It is your choice. So choose wisely. That's what I have for you today. Thank you so much for being with me here with our coffee chat. If you have found this helpful, please do share it with somebody that you're fascinated with. All right, you see what I did there. But truly, let's have a world of fascination rather than frustration. Let's surround ourselves with fascination rather than frustration. We'll all be so much better for it. Share, comment below if you found this valuable, and be sure that you're signed up for my free newsletter, by the way, also, where I provide tips and strategies and insights and just other fun goodies to help you be empowered in this working from home world that we are living in. Thank you for being part of my tribe. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.